Good morning. Today we will continue the chapter Organism and Population. And in this chapter, yesterday we have started the topic population interaction. And under the heading of population interaction, we already studied about the commensalism, amensalism, mutualism. As you know, that population interaction means the relationship between the uh, organism of different species of different category. So we already studied about commensalism, amensalism, mutualism. Today we will start predation. What is predation? You know that predation means predation means one organism catch the other organism for their food, for its food. That is the meaning of predation. hmm? मतलब ये हुआ कि it is a kind of direct food relationship between two species of animals in which one called predation and one called predator and another one called prey. Predator is that organism which catch the other one, hmm, and kill it for its food. So that is the predate. This process is known as predation. Uh, Strongest animal is always predator, and the weaker animal is always prey. But sometimes weaker animals becomes the predator of strong animal, as when they hunt in group. Some A best example and very easy example as lion and tiger when catch the deer. So deer will be prey and lion or tiger is predator. So in some animal only adults are predatory, whereas young ones are parasitic. Parasitic is another thing from the predation, because parasite is the animals which lives on that animal whole the life. The host is living, but in predation, predator kills the prey. Clear? Cannibalism is another form of predation. Cannibalism, cannibal, you know that. Cannibal ऐसे organism को कहते हैं those who kill and eat the same organism of holding same species. Means अपने ही पॉपुलेशन के अदर मेंबर्स को फूड की तरह इस्तेमाल करना, दैट इज़ नोन एज कैनाबल. जैसे फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल, इफ़ लॉयन ईट्स कब्स, कब्स का मतलब अपने छोटे बच्चों को खा जाना. या तो ऐसा बहुत कम मिलता है. यानी प्रेडेटर का प्रे उन्हीं सेम स्पीशीज़ के ही मेंबर्स हो जाते हैं. तो दिस इज़ वेरी अनकॉमन. सम एनिमल्स में ये मिलता है. तो what happened with the pen? Sorry, it's a very problematic. So besides animals, some plants are also predator. For example, nepenthes plants may be nepenthes khasiana. It is found in India, in Meghalaya hilly region, where its leaf is turned into pitcher like, and its tip of the leaf is turned into a lid, and when a insect is sit here at the rim of the pitcher, it fall inside the pitcher, and this lid covered the mouth of the pitcher, and this the digestive gland which is present around the wall of the pitcher, they digested the insect. These plants are found only in that area where नाइट्रोजन स्कैरसिटी एटमॉस्फेयर, मतलब सॉइल में उनको नाइट्रेट नहीं मिलता, तो इसीलिए ये एक तरह से प्रेडेटर बन जाते हैं, एंड दे कैच द इंसेक्ट्स एंड डाइजेस्ट देयर बॉडी टू अचीव द नाइट्रोजन. Prey species have evolved various defensive. Sometimes prey species have a defensive in nature. Defensive का मतलब अपने आप को बचाना. तो the butterfly is highly tasteful to its predator because of a specific chemical present in its body. So the butterfly acquires this chemical during its caterpillar stage by feeding on a poisonous weed. तो for plants, herbivores are the predators to eat the green plants. For example, 25% of all insects are phytophagous, yani they are feeding on plant sap and other parts of the plant. तो प्लांट्स कैन नॉट रन अवे फ्रॉम देयर प्रीडेटर्स, प्लांट तो भाग नहीं सकते अपने प्रीडेटर से, तो ये एक मॉर्फोलॉजिकल और केमिकल डिफेंस डेवलप कर लेते हैं अगेंस्ट द predator. I will provide you PDF in which these things are there. So some common defense mechanism in plants to away from the predator, that is presence of thorns, यानी कांटे हो जाना, very tough rough epidermis, and acacia, that is the acacia जिसको बबूल भी कहते हैं, उसमें कांटे बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं. कैलोट्रोपिस विच ग्रो इज फील्ड प्रोड्यूसेस हाईली पॉइजनस कार्डियक ग्लाइकोसाइड्स. तो कैटल और गोट्स उसको नहीं चढ़ते. आप देखा होगा वाइट वाइट थोड़ा सा वाइट कलर की लीव्स होती हैं, और कहीं भी ऐसे आसपास ज़मीनों में जंगली आप देखते हैं, और इसके क्लस्टर्स में इसके वाइट वाइट फ्लावर्स होते हैं विच आर वॉयलेट फ्रॉम इनसाइड, और इसका फ्रूट ऐसे बड़ा होता है कैलाट्रोपिस का. व्हेन फ्रूट इज बर्स्ट आउट, तो इस सीड्स इसके ऊपर इस तरह से आपने देखा होगा उड़ते हुए एयर में मिल जाते हैं इन ड्यूरिंग समर. तो दिस कैलाट्रोपिस excrete a white liquid. So this white liquid is a poisonous for the cattle. So these are the defense mechanism against the prey adopted by the plant. So why this relationship is in nature? So there are it is a nature's way to transferring energy from plant to top carnivores. Means top consumers, they which cannot feed on a plant, so how they get energy? So this food chain is formed, and this food chain you can see the predators and predation prey relationship. Predation in animals. What are the example? For example, that is predators keep the prey population under control. पहला सिग्निफिकेंस यही है कि predator control population of prey. Prickly pear cactus created havoc. ये इन 1920 प्रिकली पियर कैक्टस ऑस्ट्रेलिया में इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, जहाँ पर कोई प्रीडेटर नहीं था इस प्लांट का। तो इतनी तेज़ी से फैला, मिलियंस ऑफ हेक्टेयर्स ऑफ लैंड में ये बढ़ गया। तो इसको कैक्टस फीडिंग प्रीडेटर एक मॉथ को यहाँ पर डाला गया, जिसने धीरे धीरे इसकी पॉपुलेशन को कम कर दिया है। तो दैट इज़ द एग्जाम्पल है ना। नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट इज़ द रीज़न इज predator also help in maintaining species diversity in a community by reducing the intensity of competition। देखिए सेम स्पीशीज हैज सेम रिक्वायरमेंट है ना, तो दे हैव टफ कंपटीशन विद अदर। तो फॉर दिस predator reducing the intensity of competition. For example, starfish important to keep species diversity, because mm, all the starfish were removed from an enclosed intertidal area. So in 1 year 10 species of invertebrates becomes extinct because the interspecific competition। कहने का मतलब यही है कि अगर कोई फास्ट ब्रीडिंग स्पीशीज़ है और वहाँ प्रेडेटर नहीं है, ठीक है, तो उनकी एक की स्पीशीज़ बढ़ती जाएगी और दूसरी स्पीशीज़ ख़त्म हो जाएगी ड्यू टू टफ कंपटीशन। तो कंपटीशन में फॉर द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ एवरी स्पीशीज मेंबर प्रेडेशन होना ज़रूरी है। फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसे सिंपल बताइए, तो स्टारफिश की बात हुई, मे बी यू कांट अंडरस्टैंड कि फॉर एग्जांपल ग्रास लैंड है, ठीक है, उस ग्रास लैंड में कोई भी प्रेडेटर नहीं है, ना टाइगर है, ना लेपर्ड है, ना लॉयन है, नो वन, एंड सो मेनी स्पीशीज ऑफ हर्बीवोर्स वर देयर, ठीक है। उसमें आपके गोट भी है, डियर भी है और कुछ एग्जॉटिक स्पीशीज भी हैं गोट के। अब एग्जॉटिक स्पीशीज ऑफ गोट मे बी दे इंक्रीज देयर नंबर रैपिडली इन कंपैरिजन टू डियर, ठीक है, और अदर हर्बीवोर्स बहुत तेज़ी से उनके नंबर बढ़ गए। अब वहाँ कोई प्रेडेटर नहीं है कंट्रोल करने वाला। अगर टाइगर और लॉयन होता तो क्या होता कि जो जो ज़्यादा दिखते हैं उन्हीं का शिकार होता, तो वो है नहीं, तो उनका नंबर बढ़ता गया और इतना टफ कंपटीशन हो गया वहाँ खाने पीने का कि धीरे धीरे वहाँ से जो कम नंबर में थे, डियर हैं और दूसरे स्पीशीज़ हैं, वो धीरे धीरे वहाँ से या तो माइग्रेट कर गए या तो ख़त्म हो गए ड्यू टू स्टारवेशन, और बची क्या, इन्हीं की स्पीशीज़ बची। तो प्रेडेशन एक तरह से कंपटीशन में हर एक स्पीशीज़ को एग्जिस्ट करने का भी काम करता है। In this way, by controlling predation in plant, I explain you, so that is overall of predation. Now next is competition. I think competition is in your syllabus or not. Give me 1 minute to Before competition, I want to competition is not here. नहीं पता नहीं. Yes, competition is there. Competition is a rivalry between two individual. Competition का मतलब हुआ कि it is a rivalry between two individual which requires a resource that is in short supply. Fourth is competition. Hmm? Competition for food, competition for shelter. Hmm? There are rivalry between two individuals which require our resources which is in short supply. जहाँ abundant है वहाँ कोई इतना competition की problem नहीं है, लेकिन जहाँ कम है वहाँ competition की ज़्यादा problem है. तो for food, for shelter, for in plant, for plant nutrient, hmm, sunlight. Uh, so these are the competition is based upon these. So nick, you know that what is the nick? Nick is for species or for individual is determine the degree of competition. So greater the degree of nick means overlapping of generally the more intense of competition. The competition are two or three types. For example, intra-specific competition. Intra-specific means when two species are utilize the same limited sources. Intra-specific यानी competition between two species. Second, इंटर-स्पेसिफिक यानी competition between two individual inside the species. तो intra-specific it's occurring between members of the same species is said to be intra-specific competition. Inter-specific when two species utilize the same uh, sorry intra-specific means when two individual belongs to same species. Two individual of same species, that is the intraspecific. Interspecific means between the two species. Clear? And exploitative competition, both individuals have access to resource. So now Gauss's interference competition, one individual prevents access to resource by another individual. Interference. Third type is interference. It means one individual prevents access to resource by another individual. That is the interference. In exploitative competition, both individuals have access to resource. Just opposite. Exploitative. In your syllabus is interspecific and intraspecific. Interference and intraspecific. Gauss's competitive exclusion principle. More similar is the requirements of two species, the more intense in the competition. भाई सीधी सी बात है, हमें भी ये चाहिए, उन्हें भी ये चाहिए, तो ये टफ कंपटीशन हो जाता है. व्हेन प्रे आर सेम, तो व्हेन रिसोर्सेज आर सेम, व्हेन न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर सेम, तो कंपटीशन हो जाता है। प्रेडेटर्स में भी कंपटीशन हो जाएगा, क्योंकि प्रे हर्बीवोर्स डियर है या गोड्स है, दे आर प्रे फॉर टाइगर ऑल्सो, दे आर प्रे फॉर लॉयन ऑल्सो, दे आर प्रे फॉर लेपर्ड ऑल्सो, दे आर प्रे फॉर चीता ऑल्सो, दे आर प्रे फॉर अदर कार्निवोर्स एनिमल्स। तो यहाँ कंपटीशन हो जाएगा। सेम थिंग, सेम स्पीशीज ऑफ प्लांट रिक्वायर्ड सेम न्यूट्रिएंट्स, तो यहाँ कंपटीशन हो जाएगा। इफ़ वन स्पीशीज ऑफ प्लांट इज देयर, तो वहाँ पर एक पर्टिकुलर न्यूट्रिएंट की डिफिशिएंसी हमेशा रहेगी, बिकॉज ईच ट्री वांट्स टू सेम न्यूट्रिएंट। ठीक है, तो ये ज़्यादा कंपटीशन होता है, दैट इज़ the Gauss's competitive exclusive principle. They are required of two species more intense in the competition. According to this principle, कौन सा principle है? Gauss's. It is in your book also. I will explain here. Gauss's competitive exclusion principle. Gauss's competitive exclusion principle. तो the more intense is in competition, so according to this competitive exclusion principle, no two species of organism can occupy the same niche at the same time. If two species of organism occupy same niche, the competition will be so intense, may result in one species become extinct or force one species to migrate to different area. तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। सेम निक में अगर कोई दो ऑर्गेनिज्म एक साथ एक टाइम पे अगर हैं, तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि उनके बीच में इतना टफ कंपटीशन होगा कि जहाँ पर एक एक्सटेंड कर जाएगा या एक माइग्रेट कर जाएगा। दिस competition harms both the organism, because still winner and loser, two organisms may not be harmed to the same extent, with the result that one will have greater access to the limited resources. Even the loser can continue to survive, it migrates to an area where competition is less. So competition provides a major mechanism for natural selection also. That is the natural selection of that area, कि उसने एक species को select कर लिया, वो रह गई, दूसरी चली गई। तो with the development of birds catching flying insects for food, they do not compete directly with each other, because some feed at night, some feed high in the air, others feed only near the ground, others feed on the branch and wait for insects to fly fast. तो हाँ, ये दिस इज़ द एग्ज़ाम्पल, बेस्ट एग्ज़ाम्पल कि सेम निक में सेम टाइम पे दो स्पीशीज़ नहीं रह सकती। तो अब हम कह सकते हैं बर्ड्स के बारे में, सो मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ बर्ड्स, दे आर फीड ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम, क्लियर, but their nika is different. Some are limited up to the trees only, some are flying in air and they catch insects from there, some are on ground, they moving on ground and eat some grains and crop field में उतर जाते हैं, they eat some grains also. Some like uh, some are waiting for fish near the pond. So these they uh, they survive at the same time. Now another thing, another interaction is parasitism. Parasitism means uh, one organism, one species obtain its food in ready-made form from the other living organism. ये ध्यान देने की बात है, यहाँ host living है, host is living. If this host is dead, so this parasite move to another living host. Hmm? So they live on the host body sometimes, and they do not live on host body sometimes. So those are lived on host body. So they absorb the ready-made food from there. Sometimes parasites, which are when they live there uh, uh, on the host body, sometimes they kill its prey upon which it feeds. Parasitism is extremely widespread phenomena in the nature. So many, यहाँ हम होस्ट स्पीशीज रिलेशन को देख सकते हैं. Sometimes plants are also parasites. Some plants are Cuscuta. Cuscuta is also known as Amarbel. They are mm, mm, ये पूरा फीड करती है, दूसरे प्लांट पे चढ़ती है, बेल की तरह है. नो रूट, नथिंग, ओनली हॉस्टोरिया इज देयर. दीज हॉस्टोरिया इज pierce the host plant and take ready-made food from there. And it is this plant is angiospermic plant. They have fruit flowers also. And after this this tree becomes weak and weak and weak, and at last this tree become dry and dead. So then it's also disintegrate. And when a small portion of this stem, when it contact to other plant, it increase its length. So some orobanchi, it is a parasite on the host plant, root of the host plant. uh, Rafflesia, that is known as biggest, it is known by its biggest flower in the world. It's also a parasite. The some animals are microorganism, fungi, bacteria, mycoplasma, viruses. They all are in parasite category. uh, Sometimes they kill their prey by their action. The obligate plant parasites, तो अभी आपको बता दिया. सम आर, अगर if we know that the lies in here, that is the parasite, because it sucks the blood or causing itching. Some are brood parasites. Brood parasitic birds, they are मतलब use the nest of other bird. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल कोयल, कोयल जिसको कहते हैं, तो ये क्या करती है कि क्रो के नस्ट में जाके एग ले कर देती है. और जब वो इंक्यूबेशन होता है और वो बाहर आते हैं, तो जो दिखता है तो तब वो कोयल होता है. तो यानी ये यूज़ करती है क्रो को. सम पैरासिटिक एनिमल्स, सम आर प्रोटोजोअन्स, जिसमें आपको नाम भी कुछ पता है. एंटमीबा, हिस्टोलिटिका, बुकेरिया, ब्रोंकफ्टाइट, पैनोसोमा, प्लाज्मोडियम, malarial parasite. These are the parasites which lives inside the blood. माइट है, टिक है, टीनिया, टेपवर्म है, दे ऑल आर पैरासाइट. Parasite peculiarities, they are successful living on or inside their host. Those are live inside their host, they lack of digestive system, they lack of food vacuole, because they have no use because they suck the ready-made food from there. They show a tendency towards degeneration also. Life cycle of parasites are often complex because sometimes they uh, live on two hosts. For example, Taenia solium, it completes its life cycle on two hosts, that is a pig and human. Hmm? Malarial parasite use two hosts, mosquito and human. So, so these are the organism and population topic is population interaction. Population interaction is completed now, and other topics are in your syllabus. So tomorrow we will in this chapter. Tomorrow we will complete it. I hope tomorrow I will complete your